Hello and welcome back to Tesla News. My name is Marian and thank you for taking the time to watch my video and my channel. I'm really grateful for that, and today we will look into an outlook for Q2 and we will look into some numbers here, and if you subscribe it is free and you're staying up to date. So let's talk about Chinese numbers, and just as a reminder where we are all coming from in the Q1, January, February and March. So you see the numbers here, and we will dive into the numbers for Q2 in China, because we see a really nice progress happening in China, despite all the news out there saying otherwise. So we have good numbers and had good numbers in China. That was a total of around 69,280 cars coming in Q1. So the key question is, where will the Q2 numbers end up? And you will see in a moment that we have already really good numbers here in China for Q2, despite the newspapers especially talking about April as a really bad month. But when you take it into perspective where we are coming from, April is not as bad as many people said. So 25,845 cars. In May, 33,463 cars. So if I'm really conservative and I'm saying there's no growth at all and June is going to be just the same number here, we take just like around 33,000 here. Then if I'm really conservative here, I think we could reach a really nice number of 92,300 cars in Q2. But to be honest with you, I do expect much more than that. I think something around 95, 96,000 could be possible as well. But please let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. I'm always happy to have your feedback. So for Q1, Fremont made around 116,000 cars, but that was without the Model S and without the Model X. Just as a reminder, they were not produced in Q1. This means we could as well see higher numbers in Fremont as in Q1. So if we take that all together, the 92,300 that I mentioned before and the 116,000, then we are around about plus around 4,000 cars for the Model S. That is what I kind of estimate that they could manage in the next 2 weeks. Then we are around 215,000 cars. Again, this is really conservative. It could be as well a bit more, especially when we know how the Chinese factory is growing here. And the key question here is 1 million cars possible in this year? And the point here is that it is only possible if we see Austin or Berlin really driving some sales here. And the question to you, as I know a lot of people from the United States are watching, do you believe that the rumor that we had a month ago that we could see Model Ys being produced by October in Austin is realistic? I mean, we were at some points in Austin where we were not sure how fast they could build this factory, but right now they are just really driving me crazy, because in a positive way, because you guys are just doing an amazing job here in the United States building that factory. So the question is, will we see in October already the first Model Ys? Is that possible? How many cars do you think Austin could produce here in this year? And we're just talking about the Model Y. I don't want to put the Cybertruck too much in this consideration when it comes to the numbers, but I'm just purely talking about the Model Y here right now. So 215,000 and the 185,000 in Q1 would mean that Tesla is around 105,000 cars below the average they would need per quarter to reach 1 million cars. So the quarter average has to be 250,000 cars, and this would mean that Tesla would have to achieve around 300,000 cars in Q3 and Q4. So here's the thing, we do know that Tesla is always surprising us. They have done that in Q4 last year, when everyone was thinking, well, it's not possible Tesla can produce around 185,000 cars, but they did it, and they were so much higher than in any other Q4 before. So what are we expecting for the second half of this year? We could really expect around 250,000, 270,000 maybe in Q3. But this is only possible if Giga Shanghai is going nuts. And if we are reaching around 270,000 in Q3, then we would have around 80,000 spare in Q4 that we would have to go above the average of 250,000 cars. So let me know if you think that Tesla is going around 900,000 cars per year or this year, or if you think that Tesla could really smash it and reach 1 million cars. And one major factor, if that is possible, is as well Giga Berlin. And we do know that there are a lot of issues happening here. So we have right now, just to clarify again, the timeline is still that by the end of August, all the paperwork should be ready. It should be all done. So we do know that the government, when it comes to all the lawsuit from protesters, etc., and the government and as well the lawmakers have really protected, even if you don't believe that, but they have protected Tesla a lot here. All of these rules and all of this, that this has to stop, they didn't reach an agreement here, and all these people that tried to stop the building have not succeeded. So yes, the people have the right to go against anything they want to, but so far they were not successful in doing that. And I think the government is trying that to have a good face here. On the other hand, of course, all these regulations are really hurting Tesla to move forward here. So for Giga Berlin, this means the best thing is not to have any expectations of having any cars going out this year. But if everything is going perfect from right now, we could expect in Q4 some cars moving out here. And the key factor here is, and that you shouldn't forget, and I can just repeat that, remember, they are waiting for their final permission. They are already building the place where the batteries are supposed to be produced. And despite all of the stuff going on the paperwork, they are already installing all the robots, all the stuff that they need to install inside. And this is the big advantage, because once the final permission comes, they don't have to still do a lot of stuff inside this building. They will be ready to go and move forward. The only thing is, how many batteries are they able to produce at that time? So that's the key question here. But I think once the final permit comes, Tesla is ready to go. So thank you for watching my video. And if you do enjoy my channel, do subscribe and have a wonderful weekend, guys.